middle of the week.
Yeah! Good. Yeah!
Hey folks, Captain Bob Humphrey here with this week's Southern Maine Saltwater Report. Mackerel remain one of the most abundant and accessible fish in Upper Casco Bay. For the shore angler, you're going to want to try to target places where the shore abuts a little bit deeper water. Maybe a pier, a wharf, a dock, a little bit deeper, and your best bet by far is going to be the good old-fashioned mackerel jig on a spinning outfit. The boat anglers, look for the birds. The birds should show you where the mackerel are feeding on smaller bait like herring. There's still plenty of herring in the bay. If you can't find the birds, rely on your fish finder, your depth finder. Look for places where deeper water comes up into shallow, into reefs, into ledges around the edges of those, and just look for the marks. Without a doubt, the sabiki rig is going to be your number one lure, number one device there. Put a small to medium-sized mackerel jig on the bottom. That's where you're going to catch most of your fish. But leave that thing in the water if you hook up and let it fish. You may fill the whole string of sabiki rigs on that. The striper bite, the schoolie bite continues to be red hot. There's still plenty of schoolies around the upper part of the bay. We're taking most of our fish on either soft baits, 6 to 8 inch finesse, sluggo, something like that on a lead-headed jig. And we're also having a ton of fun with the surface lures, the atom poppers. As a little tip, if somebody hooks up on one of those surface lures, an atom popper, as they get the fish closer to the boat, have the other anglers in the boat stand by and be ready with their soft baits, because a lot of times there'll be 2, 3, 4, maybe a half a dozen other stripers following that fish in, trying to grab any bait that spills out of its mouth, and you can pick up extra fish right there. Offshore, the groundfish bite remains good. We're still catching plenty of haddock. You have to move off sometimes into a little bit deeper water. You may have to try 2 or 3 different spots, but there's still plenty of haddock out there, and we're picking up more of a variety. We're starting to pick up more whiting, squid, pollock, mackerel. Everything is out there on the bottom right now. Even more exciting offshore is the shark fishing. That warm cell of water that came in over the 4th of July brought the sharks with it. It's cooled down a little bit, but the sharks have stayed, and there are plenty of blue sharks out there right now. In fact, they've become a little bit of a nuisance for the party boats, for the charter boats. But for the fishermen that are targeting sharks, there's plenty out there. There's enough to make it worth the trip, certainly, to keep it exciting and give you enough action. The males, right now it's a smaller male blues, and the females will be moving in a little bit, and maybe in a week or so. Poor beagles are always here, and we're even starting to see some big threshers. So a little bonus there. Still more exciting offshore is the tuna fishing. The tuna are into, it's not a real heavy bite yet, but if it's anything like last year, stay tuned, because it could be really hot again. No word from the southern part of the bay, or Saco Bay, or up in the river, Kennebec, but I'm sure the fishing's really hot up there as well. It's a great time right now. If you want to get out on the salt water, you want to catch some fish, do it now, because the fishing is hot inshore, it's hot from the shore, and it's hot offshore. That's about it for this week. We'll catch you next week.
Everyone asks, you don't have to lie. Life's too short to work all the time.